Hi everybody, today we're going to install a software package called Nuitka that's going to help us change our Python code scripts into executables and DLLs called PyD files. As you can see, it's 109 degrees here in sunny wherever I am, and that's not pleasant. Anyway, this is going to be kind of by the seat of the pants. I'm going to open up the Nuitka site. Maybe I am, I just double clicked it. Here it comes. Boom. Not now. More secure. This, okay, fine. I'll deal with that later. I'm going to type in Nuitka, and Nuitka, Python. Heard him say Nuitka is the way to pronounce that on a video, so I'm assuming I'm pronouncing it right. It's done by this guy right here, K or Kai, I don't know. This is kind of a side project. It's pretty neat guy, and developments he's got going here. Basically, it's a compiler for Python, and just go through and read all the stuff that you would normally do to get an idea. But it's basically going to take our Python code and turn it into an executable. I'm going to follow the docs here for this guy, like in an RTFM sort of mode. I've installed this a few times on different and sundry platforms. It's not been the easiest experience. It requires a compiler to run. Wait a minute, is that new? I used the MinGW64 in the past, and I don't think that was there before. It'll automatically be downloaded if not installed. Oh man, that makes it a lot easier. You can use any of these compilers here. I'm on a Windows system. We'll see how this goes. See, there seems to be, okay, you can use the free Microsoft Visual Studio. I tried that. I didn't have a great success with it. I've used them in GW as noted. But if you scroll down far enough, you'll get a list of tutorial steps for Windows. And the first step is install Python, which I'm assuming you have. I've got it. And then we install Nuitka. I'm going to open up a command prompt, CMD. Can I do this? Oh, where did I go? I want to make this guy. Hold on for a second. And I'm back. I just wanted to make this a little easier to read. I know there's a Windows command that will do this automatically, but I'm on a VM and I'm not sure how it passes the Windows up and down arrows and left and right over. Anyway, install Python. Yes, done. Now we're going to run pip. It says Python pip, so we only got one version of Python on this guy at this particular moment, so I could probably just run pip install Nuitka, and that should work. And here we are, we're downloading and installing. I don't know how long this download takes. It's running. Okay, that didn't take too long. That was pretty easy. Oh, wow. It says make a program and then test it. Okay, well we have a program. It's on my E drive, CD root, scripts, Python, coffee, clear screen, dir, waiting for program. Hello, tester 1. All right, hello, tester 1. So I'm going to type Python. I'll just follow the instructions. Why mess with what they said? Nuitka W64. We have first main program. Let's see what it does. Oh, whoa! Look at that. It does download it. It's going to put it in this directory. Okay, it's accessible by tester, but oh, this is better. This is glorious. That takes a lot of complexity out of that. There was another component I seem to recall it needing. Anyway, this is going to take a while to download, and still downloading. Scroll down a little bit. It's doing more. looked like it was doing something. It's got the right architecture. It looks like this is glorious. I mean, installing the compiler before was a little bit of a pain. It worked. Oh, here's another download. Oh yeah, it did want the C cache. So yes, we'll say yes to this. Let's click in there. Hit Y, and it's going to go download. How long will this download take? It's at 0%. Interesting. Oh, there it goes. Coming up to the end, 91% of this download. Oh, and it's done. So this says it created a wing first program.exe. All right. So that means if I'll do dir directory, there it is, wing exe. Boom, hi tester 1. If I come into Windows, directory, root, where we put that, scripts, Python copy table, and I see it's created a phone bing. I see it's created a command file and a build directory full of stuff it puts in there. Oh, nice. And of course the exe, which is significantly larger than the actual. So we'll need to go and review what this is doing. This is the wing, sorry, the Nuitka is compiling this. It's supposed to be like a competitor or a partner to like Python or PyInstaller. It might might just be embedding some Python stuff in here, and it could be. Anyway, we just need to read what's going on here. But this is awesome. Next thing we want to do is take some scripting that we have that I don't want to actually let end users see. There'll be encryptions, but that's a little later project. In pure math, for example, the prime number stuff. I have this script that runs and determines a prime number. Click OK. It's going to go do prime numbers. Let's stop. I don't want anybody mucking with this come runtime. So we're going to make this into a PyD file, PYD file, a DLL for Python. And we're just going to use the same thing. We're going to have to get to the directory. So we're going to go cd /pure math and dir, and I'm going to see I've got the two functions there, and I'm going to do the same sort of command, Python pybed -m Nuitka follow imports module for the DLL, and then the compiler ming w64, and I'm going to pick my primes. If I did this right, it should go off and create a DLL. And here it goes. And this is in the documentation, all the command lines you need to get this stuff going. And I don't know how long this is going to take to compile. Okay, it says it's done, and it's created this myprimes PYD file, and it's got the architecture and the release of Python, CPython 39. I don't think this PyD is going to will work with other versions of Python, so you might have to compile this for each version you want this to be distributed to. I'm not 100% sure, maybe not. I would think it would be if it's embedding the interpreter, but who knows. But for right now, this is all we care about, is we've got that PyD guy going there, and I'm going to do the other one too for giggles, my math functions, and it'll do the same thing. Installs it, and I've got it. So I'm going to come over and see what it did, and it'll probably look very similar to the other guys. So we have the two files here, and they're the function module dot the Python version that you're running .pyd. So I'm going to copy these guys, and I'm going to put them in a folder we created earlier called Utilities. I'm going to just call it a folder called DLLS, DLs, and I'm going to put that in there. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this path, and I'm going to come over to my PC properties, rename Advanced System Properties. Get rid of that in the background. It's kind of bugging me. Environment variables, and we're going to add it to the Python path. Python, which doesn't appear to be there. So I'll say new Python path, Python path, and I'm going to put that guy in there, secondary, and this guy, utilities, primary. I don't know if the Python, if it sees this, it'll go through and look for things to include when it runs. So we don't have to like append the path. And since it's thing, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if it enumerates these or this order matters or not. But I'm just going to click that and click that and click OK. So what did that do for us? Let's go check it out. I'm going to close my primes. I'm going to open. I'll create a new guy. Say test my Python path. Okay, so I'm going to say import. And remember last video, I don't know if I published it yet or not, I've got the small DB utilities. Small. It's not showing up here. I'm just going to close. Yeah, let's save it right now. Close wing to make sure that, let's call it something interesting. Testing. Test, learn how to spell testing Python path. And I'll just reopen that guy here in a second with Wing Pro. And here it came back. Let's go open that file. I'm sure there's a way to flush the buffer for this, but I just think it's easier to restart sometimes. Root, scripts, Python, coffee. Test Python path. Alright. So if I come over import small. Oh, it's there. It found it. So import. What's it called? My primes. Okay. Simple stuff. So first thing, why not do a test of the small DB utilities? Just easy, right? I'm going to say print driver for driver in small dot list drivers, and it's going to come back as a payload. I'm going to trust that that works. I mean, the function module doesn't fail. And I'm going to say print let's just give it a eye candy barrier, and then I'm going to say my primes p equals my primes. Let's generate a prime. Let's do a 200-digit number, for example, and then we'll say print what f dot a prime with a comma. We need p. Okay, so let's see if that works. If I print this and go, there you go. I've got a prime number. I don't know if that's deterministic at that point. I did it pretty quickly. But I've listed all my ODBC drivers, and I've also listed a prime number. This is from an open Python file, and that comes from this guy. I mean, I do have that Py script somewhere out there, but if I change the name, it'll fail. I can't find it. No module named. So let's go back in there and just set it back. And now we can use this. Don't do that. rename X. And of course, if I opened up one of these things, it looks like gibberish. I'm sure you can reverse engineer it, but I'm not smart enough to. Anyway, there you go. Oops, stop. Run that this one more time. Boom. And I got a pipe. So in this video, we've installed Nuitka. We changed the Python path directory. We created an executable from a Python file, and then we created a DLL from a Python file, which we'll use in the next videos. And the next video will probably be around encryption, setting that stuff up.